Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I just want to say a big thank you to every one of you guys for supporting me, for watching my videos. For the last two videos that I dropped, I got quite a number of feedback, right? And I just want to say a big thank you. I don't take it for granted at all. To my new subscribers, you're welcome. To my regulars, I just want to say thank you guys so much for always supporting me. In all fairness, I don't take it for granted at all. Those kind of feedbacks that I get, where some people tell me that, oh, the things I'm talking about make sense to them. Some even share their own experiences with me, and some even tell me that they learn from it. I mean, that's just like amazing, and I don't take it for granted at all. So I just want to say a very big thank you to you guys for your continued support. So today I want to talk about transparency in a marriage, transparency in relationships, or transparency in marriage, as the case may be. Right now, that transparency is in line with transparency about the opposite sex. So for example, you're in a relationship or you're in a marriage and you have a particular person of the opposite sex who is supposedly getting close to you. So for example, now I as a woman, I all of a sudden have this male friend or this guy who suddenly wants to become very close to me, wants to become friends with me, wants to, start hanging out with me, and vice versa. At what point does it get to where I need to let my husband know about it and, open up to him and let him understand that, okay, XYZ is happening, and at what point do I think it's not necessarily to talk to my partner about it? Now, I know it's a very dicey topic or a very dicey question that, one might want to ask, and then it also begs the question, where then is the space of transparency in the relationship? Let me gist you guys. Before I got married to my husband, right, there was a time I went out. I remember, I think we were already engaged at the time, right? And I went out to do some shopping. And then on my way back, there was this particular guy that was just walking, beside me. He walked up to me and was trying to say hello, trying to chat me up and everything like that. And I was like, oh, hi. Because of course, as you guys know, I always try to be very polite. I don't want to insult anybody. I don't want anybody to feel less of being a human. I try to treat people the way I want them to also treat me, right? And then, this guy was going on and on about, oh, how beautiful he thinks I am, how cute he thinks I am, and, blah, 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 and he wants to date me. And, at first I was like, you want to date me as how? Yeah, just see me for the first time. How can you want to date me? How can you want to date me? Do you know what I'm saying? Eventually, long and short of the story, I told the guy that, Oga, thank you very much. I'm very, very flattered and I'm very honored. However, I am engaged. And I showed him my ring. You guys, guess what the guy said? He said it's a fake ring and that he doesn't believe that I'm actually engaged. That ladies of nowadays, we always just carry ring and wear, putting our hands to deceive guys. I'm like, we wear ring to deceive guys. Like, well, why the heck would I do that? I can't do that. But eventually, that was the gist of that day. And I just had to walk away because I was like, I beg. I cannot deal with this, right? I'm not even sure I even told my husband about that particular incident. But I'm sure I must have told him about it because I usually am very open like that, right? So now, this particular topic I'm bringing up, right, came as a result of a conversation that I had with someone, right, and a video that I was also watching. So everything just kind of matched together. I was like, okay, this is actually an interesting topic to talk about, right? So there was this particular guy who was, he was married, right, but he was getting very close to a particular woman in his office. Now, this other woman in question is equally married though, right? But they used to call themselves office husband, office wife, and all these funny things like that. And then, their relationship was very, very tight. Like they were close. They would eat lunch together, they would go out together. If one person is not in the office, like the other person is not feeling okay. And then, at a point, I think the guy's wife knew about this friend, and started getting uncomfortable, but she was trying not to, talk too much or complain too much. Eventually, long and short of the story, this lady approached her husband and told her husband that she was not comfortable with this supposed best friend or office wife, that he has. But then the guy was like, don't you trust me? Why don't you trust me? This is something you're supposed to trust me. You're supposed to believe in me. I'm not joking with our marriage at all. Our marriage means a lot to me, blah, 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 blah. The wife expressed her concern, but the guy was like, you gotta trust me. I can hold my own. Only for this to happen one day where the wife now later found out that the husband and this particular lady in question actually had a moment where they kissed. They kissed at one of his party that they went to. they actually kissed. Now, their friendship had been going on for so long. I think their friendship had been going on for so long, and eventually, it happened. I think that the husband was also, because he felt like, oh, this lady is actually my best friend. There's nothing there. So anything offensive that his wife does at home, he will carry the gist to go and tell this lady. And the lady, to vice versa, will tell the same thing to this guy. At the end of the day, they kissed though, and it was at that point that the husband now came and confessed to his wife and told his wife that, baby, something happened, although it doesn't mean anything. I just wanted to let you know, and everything like that. You guys, if you were in the woman's shoe, what would you do? What would you have done? Laura Konsha, I think eventually, the whole issue was trashed, where the couple had to talk about it, and then they had to seek therapy, and then the man was mandated to stop talking to this lady. I think eventually, the man even requested for a transfer in his office to another branch or something funny like that, just to create that separation between him and the wife. Now, do you think that this could have been avoided? Do you think that this is something that, could have, at least they could have put an end to it on time if the man was sensitive enough to the signs? First of all, should a married person have a best friend of the opposite sex? As far as I'm concerned, I think my answer is a no. See, I keep saying it that I'm not an expert too. I'm only sharing my own opinion about these things, right? And I just want to hear from you guys as well. Let's talk, let's engage. For me, I don't think as a woman you should have a man as a best friend if you are married, and vice versa for the man. How can you say you have a woman as a best friend? It's just for me weird, because the lines can easily get blurred, and once the lines get blurred, you will not even know when you cross that line, and then it now becomes a problem in your own marriage, which I'm sure that a lot of people do not want. You don't want that for yourself. And I also believe that your partner should actually be your best friend. But the truth of the matter is that I think one thing I've also come to realize is that the fact that you are married to somebody as well does not automatically imply that that person becomes your best friend. Okay, let me paint it this way. You know that there are some people that they can meet each other maybe within 6 months, 1 year, they get close and they get married. And that same person might have had some friends that they've known over the years. You know that the level of the connection that they have in terms of the depth of knowledge that they have of one another will be different. Because, for example, now my friend has been there. We've been through so much together. It's one thing for me to tell you about something. It's another thing for you to experience that thing with me. So maybe this person and their friend have gone through this thing together. They've experienced so many things together. Now, this person is coming in the picture. Of course, I've told you about it, but it's not the same as you being there and crying with me at that moment when I was down, or laughing with me in that moment where I was happy. The relationship is different. So some people think that automatically, because I'm married to this person, or because I've said I do, then automatically this person has become my best friend. I've come to realize that that's a lie. You can still perform your marital duties, understand your role as a wife, understand your role as a husband, but it doesn't mean that, because you guys have said I do, then automatically this person is your friend or is your best friend. No. Friendship is actually something that is built. We still have a lot of people who are married today who don't think that their partners are their friends in that sense. They don't feel safe enough because they're like, oh, how much of myself can I really bear to this person? How much of myself can I really open up to this person? Do I feel safe enough to even express myself to this person? A lot of these questions are being asked in the minds of a lot of people, and it takes intentionality to be friends with somebody. It takes intentionality. It doesn't just happen with a snap of a finger. It takes intentionality. Right? So what I will say is that I don't think I would advise a married woman or a married man to have a best friend of the opposite sex. Once you get married to your husband or to your wife, that person is supposed to take that place, and all the energy to build that friendship has to now be channeled towards your partner. That's what I think. I might be wrong, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Right? I don't believe it, because I feel like it's very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous, especially when the person is of the opposite sex. I think the moment you get married, you guys need to understand that the dynamic of your friendship has to change. And you need to have that conversation. Don't just assume that the other person understands or that the other person knows. You need to have that conversation about it, right? That's one of the things that I believe, right? So in that scenario of these people that I mentioned now, I feel like that issue could have actually been avoided by the man being upfront about it, recognizing it, because the wife challenged him about it. At that point, he should be able to reevaluate and think and be like, wow, this thing that this woman is talking about, am I really doing something that's making her uncomfortable? Because first of all, where is the place of you acknowledging your partner's feelings? Your partner is sharing with you that, oh, I'm uncomfortable with this thing, or I'm not sure that this friendship with you and this person, I'm worried. That is the first sign that you're supposed to take to know that, okay, maybe there's something here that I'm not being mindful of, if that makes any sense. Or more English. If there's anything here that I'm not being mindful of, right? Oh, for this woman to have mentioned it, or for this man to have mentioned it, maybe I need to check it, right? Maybe I just need to check it. Then secondly, transparency for me takes quite a number of things, right? Maturity is one of them. Right? Because, for example, now, the woman now might want, or a lady, for example, might want her husband to be transparent with her and say, oh, baby, my secretary in the office is making a pass at me. How mature are you to be able to handle that information, to say, oh, okay, this is what your secretary is doing. What are we going to do about it? How do we put the boundaries? Do you need to let her go to hire somebody else? What are things that you need to do to draw the line, to let her understand? You need to have a conversation to set her straight. Are you mature enough for them to have that conversation with you? I think that's the question we even need to ask ourselves first. Or will you go into a jealous rage and just go like, who is that person? Who is this? Because I feel like the moment somebody is getting unnecessarily close to you as a married person, I feel like you need to talk to your partner about it immediately, especially when you also observe that maybe for some reason you are also gravitating towards this person. I once had a colleague like that was getting very close to me in one office like that I worked back in 2014, 2015, thereabout. Unnecessarily trying to get close to me, wanting to hang out with me, wanting to take lunch with me. The moment I stand up from my desk that I'm going on break, he will follow me. Mbok, why now? Why are you doing that? And he was a married man. Even me, I was not even married at the time, but Naim, they married. I carried my shoe like this, and I ran away after I had a conversation with him, and I told him, Oga, I beg, I don't do such. I don't do married people. So transparency is very important. Once, especially in a marriage or even in dating, once you're observing that there's one person that is unnecessarily getting close to you, and that this person, you are not sure, but the relationship is getting to the point where it could be dangerous for your marriage, I think that you need to open up to your partner immediately. And I think you as the partner too, you need to be mature enough to be able to handle the information when they give it to you. Not just that you start screaming and shouting at the top of your lungs, I knew it, you are a cheat, you are cheating on me, No, it's not about that. Handle the information, help them. For them to have even opened up to you about it, sometimes they may not even know what to do, and maybe they need your help. And maybe you're the only one that can set them straight, give them an advice that can help them, or tell them something that can, help them to draw that line and so that they and that person, their relationship will not go further than where it is. So I feel like that maturity is very important, for there to be transparency in the relationship. Because a lot of people are not transparent for a number of reasons. Number one is fear of judgment. They don't want anybody to judge them at all. They don't want their partner to judge them at all. So they'll just rather keep quiet, and at the end of the day, they can now fall. Even the Bible says it, that in the multitude of counsel, there is safety, right? And two, they say, are better than one. So when you are in a marriage, I feel like you guys are a team and you should be able to help each other, especially in these sensitive times. So anyway, that's just like my random gist. It's not as if today was a structured kind of thing. I just wanted to sit down. As you guys can see, I'm sitting down on my bed and I'm just gisting with you guys. So it's just a talk, right? And I think the message for this particular video is just for couples in marriages to be a bit more transparent with one another, right? Especially when you're observing that you are getting into a relationship with the opposite sex and it's beginning to look more than what it is. Before the line starts getting blurred and before you cross that line, which can in turn cause a damage to your marriage, it's better you open up to your partner immediately. Don't hide it. Let them know sharp. In fact, the earlier you even talk to them, the better for you, because your partner should be able to know that you don't have anything to hide. And then you, the partner that they're opening up to, you need to be mature enough, right? Be mature enough to give them the help that they need and process that information in an objective manner, so that at the end of the day, the boundaries are clear the lines are drawn and your marriage is safe for it. Okay, so that's just my 2 cents. So it's just like my opinion about the subject. I don't know what you guys think, but let me know in the comment section. Okay, yeah, of what you guys think about this particular subject, because I feel like it's a very sensitive one that has caused a lot of issues in a lot of marriages. Not to even talk of dating self. In dating, I'm very sure it happens a lot in dating, but like in marriages, I feel like it's you gotta talk about it, man. You cannot hide. You should not even hide. You should not be forming bulls and be forming I can handle it on my own. I don't think so, especially if this person is recurring. If it's just a one-off thing, but then if it's somebody that is constantly in your life that you are seeing every now and then, then you need to open up on time so that you will not fall. Okay. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching this particular video. Like I said, it's just gist, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section. For those that have not subscribed, subscribe, like the videos, engage with the videos, engage with the content, share with one or two persons that you feel like might be able to learn a thing or two from it, right? And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day, everyone.